Did your Milwaukee half-inch impact suddenly give you the 3 blinking lights of death? 1, 2, 3. And pause. Continually blinking 3 times and not working. Well, here is the fix. First, we are going to disconnect the battery. So it stops blinking. Taking a T20, you will remove all of the screws. Those are going to be a little tricky. Well, now as you can see, I had to make some slight modifications to my tool, just about grinding off all the teeth of my sweet Harbor Freight bit set. If you have a T20 screwdriver, it'll fit right in there and you'll have none of these issues. Now carefully prying these apart. You'll be able to find out where they hide the beeper so you don't steal it. Now, as you can see, we have lots of dirt and grime and grease, metal shavings, filings. Bearings all seem just fine. But here's what you do. Well, I was hoping it was going to be as easy as some of the forums said, where you just take it apart and blow off this board here because it's full of metal shavings. Had this all apart, blew this out, everything checks out just fine. I've got it narrowed down to it's either the ground not making connection with the battery, or there's something in this potting material in this lower board. So if I click it, nothing happens. But if I press right here, you can see the motor trying to turn. Now if we just don't press there, you get your 3 blinking lights again. So there's something in here. We're going to pull a little potting material out of here and see if there's something we can do to save it. Otherwise, here's an interesting one that'll throw you for a loop. Got the meter out here set on volts. Obviously, if we're checking voltage between the two, white's hot. Well, I'll show you right now. Click the button, 3 blink lights. All I'm doing is connecting the red to the white side and the black to where it shows me I have 20 volts. And now it works. Remove and it'll work for a few times. Back to 3 blinking lights of death. Again, checking voltage just to make sure that that's what's going on. 20 volts on the... Now it works. Remove. Three blinking lights of death. So I'm saying it's not a continuity issue between the battery and the wires. I'm saying there's some sort of diode, resistor, anode, computer thing inside of here that's an issue. So I'm going to get my little pick and see if I can pick out some potting material and see where that takes me. This is coming out much easier than I had anticipated. It's more of a rubberized thing. I'm sure it's super good for the components to be just ramming a pick around in here, but we'll get what we can off. That's a big piece. Got circuit boards, doodads, whatchamajiggies. what's its? And there appears to be, see if we can focus in that small. There appears to be some discolorations right around this one on the circuit board. I'm gonna keep digging, see if I can pop this board right. I won't be able to pop it out. Well, we have it narrowed down. We have it set to ohms. This one's automatic adjusting. So we are holding the one probe on the battery lug. We connect it very gently to this ground solder. 0 ohms. Everything looks good. Push on it a little bit. Now I got it going haywire here. Anyway, 0 ohms. Push. Open line. Light touch. 0. Open. 0. Open. So there is an issue in the connectivity between the battery lug and this small ground stud. So I'm going to see if I can just cheat it and heat it up with the soldering iron, and maybe it's just a loose connection on the circuit board, because what am I out to lose? It doesn't work either way. Got the soldering iron out. You're looking at me all wrong. Gotta stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Just gonna try and get it hot, get that chunk of solder off. I'm just gonna press it on the top side here. I'm gonna melt. Okay, finally heated up enough. It's not going to focus to give you a close-up. Just going to have to use your imagination here. Took the soldering iron, held it on there for far too long, as you could tell, and it did end up melting that. And I just kind of melted it a couple times, let go, backed off, just to kind of rework that solder around a little bit. And testing it with the ohms on the meter here. Putting it on the inside, and we have 0. And if you push and squeeze and wiggle, it stays rock solid at 0 ohms. So all signs indicate that I have a working impact that I will not be able to get back together, because who's going to remember how to put all these wires together? No! Son of a... Got the big battery in. Forward. Reverse. Okay, here we are, part 7.5. After too much horsing around, I believe I have it fixed again, maybe. So it's working. Tearing the motor apart because I'm testing it. No matter how you wiggle the battery that is connected to the circuit board, it's still working. So what I did was I tried putting some solder on this one here, the outer ground, thinking maybe that was it. It kind of worked, but this inner second one must be some sort of additional ground circuit. I took my pair of side cutters here and I just kind of nibbled on the corner, basically burned this up a little bit, and it appears that was the issue. So you could either leave it like so or put a little solder in there maybe. I'm gonna do both of those things, put it back together, and then see how long it lasts again after I bang it on the table. Well, it's working again. now I can safely say that I have fixed the 3 blinking lights of death. Again, like I said, can you catch that in the light? Should be able to. I got some knurl marks on here on both of them. I'm gonna heat this up with a torch as fast as I can without melting the plastic. Tap a little solder on there and then cool it off as fast as I can too. But you can just chew it up with a pair of pliers. My only concern though now is it all of my batteries with this don't work? Or am I going to wear out all of my batteries by doing this? But maybe the connections are just dirty down here in the bottom too. That could be it. Anyway, any or all of the above could be an issue, but we now have a working 1/2 inch impact again.